Hey everyone, welcome Public Land Hunters. Today we're going to do something a little bit different here. We're going to do a tailgate review on my scouting backpack, and some of these things you really don't want to go out in the woods without. So let's go ahead and take a look at them.
Alright, so we have the backpack itself. It's just a 511 day pack. You don't have to get anything super nice like this. I've just gone through a few different backpacks over the years. The zippers broke on them, and just decided to get something a little bit nicer. These shoulder straps are normally a lot thicker, a lot more comfy on these nicer backpacks, so if you got a little bit of weight in there, 15-20 pounds, it can definitely make carrying that a lot easier, more comfortable. A couple attachments on the side here, water bottle attachment I put on there. So obviously if we're going out in the woods scouting, maybe hanging some cameras, we're going to carry our cameras in there. That has a real nice pouch on the inside to kind of just slip those down. You can slip them right inside there and zip that up, and they don't move around too much. If you're going out in the bush, it can get pretty nasty in July time frame or so when the mosquitoes are out. So I've been out in the woods without this a few times, and it is not fun. So always carry some kind of repellent for those pesky critters. Normally take a camera with me, and sometimes I'll bring this too if I'm by myself and want to do a little recording while I'm out there. Almost always take some gloves with me. Get into any burning nettle or anything like that, you can keep that off your hands. Yes, that's a machete. It's kind of a miniature one, but like I said, if you're out there when it's a lot thicker, nastier, this can come in pretty handy if you're trimming some tree branches or whatever out of the way, or just some nasty burning nettle that you're trying to get through. You can kind of chop that stuff. Eyeglasses here. I try to wear those quite a bit. Last year it wasn't my eyes, but my ear actually got punctured by a twig. I just happened to turn the right way, and it went right through my eardrum out in the woods. It was kind of one in a million thing, but it did happen. So next we got our compass. Never leave home without this guy. Can't always rely on your cell phone or GPS. Batteries do die. Even though I normally almost always carry some extra batteries, AA's, AAA's, 9-volt, whatever your electronics might take. Then for your trail cameras, I always carry a couple extra cards. I've had these not want to read in the past, so I'll get out to the woods and I'll have this already in the camera, and I'll turn it on and it says SD card failure, error or something. So I always carry a couple extra ones of these. That way if I am hanging a trail camera out in the woods and I have that issue, I don't have to go home with not being able to hang that camera that day. Lighter, obviously, it's always a good thing to have. Zip ties, I normally carry those. You never know what you might need those for. We got a couple reflective tags here. Every once in a while I'll use those to mark something. Pretty important piece right here, some kind of first aid kit. We got some big gauze pads in there, another lighter, just regular band-aids you cut yourself with a saw or knife out there, electrical tape you can wrap yourself up. So that's definitely something I always carry. Normally carry like a black Sharpie, some kind of pencil, and some 3x5 cards or some kind of writing paper if I need to leave a note or something. This is a pretty big one for me. I have bad allergies, so do not forget your Claritin, your Benadryl, or whatever you might take for allergies. Wintertime, lips can get pretty chapped out there, so I normally bring some chapstick with me. You're wondering what the Q-tips might be for. Every once in a while your lenses will get gummed up with whatever on here, and I like to clean these out and make sure they're good to go before I hang the camera, so you're not getting blurry pictures. You might have oil on your fingers and accidentally touch this or the infrared part, so I like to keep that clean as possible, get nice clean pictures. Sometimes duty calls when you're out in the woods. These are some butt wipes here, and even if they dry out, you can always just add a little water and you get some nice fresh wipes there. So never go out in the woods without those. we'll talk about food here a little bit. I'm a trail mix kind of guy, so M&Ms, raisins, peanuts in there. It's just real good high energy food. So when you're out in the woods, you're not running low on energy, and that's what I almost always take out in the woods with me. These are some Frog Tog pants. These come in handy in the early morning if it even hasn't rained or anything. There's such a heavy morning dew on that tall grass. If you're going back in to check your cameras, I always carry these with me so I can just slip those on and off as needed. Next we got our cable lock keys. I always carry a spare set. I've lost a set of these before out in the woods, and if you're taking cameras down and you lose a set, there goes your day, and you can't kind of keep on going on with what you were doing. So always carry an extra set of keys, some kind of light other than your iPhone or whatever you might have, Samsung. Always carry some light. You never know when you might get stuck out there later and plan. Pocket knife, obviously. This is a Bahco Laplander saw. Fairly inexpensive, and it works much better than a lot of them out there, so I definitely recommend that. It's an excellent saw. Here I got a Garmin eTrex. Haven't really used it a whole lot, but it can definitely come in handy if you need one of those out there. Over here, like I said, we rely on our cell phones a lot these days, and I always bring this. This was, I think, only like $10 off of Amazon, so I always carry this out there with me, just in case my cell phone dies, and I'm using that a lot to look on Google Earth or see where I'm at in the woods, so that comes in handy. Leatherman here, that can definitely come in handy. Some pliers, a knife, whatever you need in there. We got a bag of milkweed in case you want to test the wind while you're out pre-scouting and checking the air currents. Got a handkerchief here, and then back to food and water. I always carry 2 or 3 extra water bottle jugs in my truck. So if I do happen to run out of water while I'm out there, I have that extra water when I get back to the truck. And I normally carry, I normally don't buy Smart Water. This is just because it conveniently fits in this pouch that I bought. It's like 34 ounces or whatever. That's normally enough to get me through a morning of scouting or whatever it might be. But yeah, this is everything that I carry in my scouting backpack. Pretty much never leave without it.
There's actually one other thing I'd like to add that I forgot. I don't carry it in my backpack, but a spare set of keys on your vehicle, and possibly even jumper cables or a jumper pack at least. There's nothing worse when you get back to your vehicle and realize you lost your keys or your battery's dead and you're out who knows where. I've actually done that once, I think here just last year. I left my park lamps on, or park lights, and drained the battery, got back to the vehicle, and click, 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 and had to wait there for about an hour and a half for somebody to come and get me, because it was just in a remote spot, nobody is driving by, and I was pretty much just stranded there. So some kind of jumper cables, jumper pack, and a spare key for your vehicle, just in case you lock yourself out and can't find your keys. Well, thanks for watching my review on my scouting backpack, and if you guys have anything else that you'd like to add in the comments that you carry in your scouting backpack that I didn't show here today, that'd be awesome. There's always something else that might need to be put in there. I'd definitely like to know. And thanks for watching, and good luck hunting out there this year.